Hello friends, welcome to our channel Face the Exam. Today, there's a slight change in our format. Instead of audio podcast, we'll be showing you notes that will make your learning process a breeze. So we will be dividing each session into two parts. A few minutes will be dedicated for the quick revision of the theory, followed by questions and answers. Interesting formats like multiple choice questions, name the following, very short question answers, long answer type questions, and some other formats as well will be shown in the video. So, let's get started, right? Yes, so we will be starting with the theoretical part. And in this video, in the last video, we were discussing about the introduction part of Indus Valley Civilization and the main sites. And we have already discussed a few multiple choice questions and also other questions from that particular session. And today, we'll be focusing on Indus Valley's special features, that is the town planning. See, Indus Valley cities are divided into two parts, the western part and the eastern part. So, let's see what are the specialities of the western part. Western part was called as citadel and it was built on higher ground and they had high walls and occupies small area and that provide protection from floods. That particular area include important buildings like granary, fire altars and the Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro. Alright, and ruling class lived in citadel. Ruling class means, the high officials, king, those persons, they were called as the ruling class and they usually lived in citadel. Sometimes you might be confused what exactly is granary. I can give you a small definition of granary. It's nothing but a storehouse for grains. And fire altars means it's a structure upon which burnt sacrifices are offered. Usually Aryans, those people, they used to do some kind of religious ritual activities using fire and they made use of fire altars to do that. Alright, so that exactly is a structure upon which some burnt sacrifices are offered. And that's all about the western part. And now into the eastern part, the speciality is that it is called as the lower town. And it is usually built on lower ground and occupies larger area. That particular lower town contained houses and workplaces of common people, whereas the citadel in that particular area, ruling class lived, where common people lived in the eastern part called as the lower town. Alright, so even today, important public buildings are built on raised grounds. For example, is the Raisina Hills in New Delhi, and that's an area that contained Rashtrapati Bhavan, Secretariat building, etc. And the other classic example is Capitol Hills in Washington, D.C. and that's the center of US government and that contains institutions like US Congress, Supreme Court, etc. Now into the yet another special feature of Indus Valley Civilization was the use of baked bricks. See, Indus Valley people or period used baked bricks for construction purpose. Why? Because baked bricks gave strength to their buildings and also their construction. And bricks were used in buildings, streets and drains. And those bricks were tightly fitted in an interlocking pattern, making buildings strong and rigid. So that's why their buildings were very strong and rigid, because they were tightly fitted in an interlocking pattern. And bricks were of standard and uniform size. So the bricks used by Harappans were of standard and uniform size, and the use of baked bricks were definitely a unique achievement of Harappan culture. That's all about the use of baked bricks. Into the yet another special feature called as well-planned houses. See, we have already discussed that the lower town houses were very strong and sturdy. Why? Because it was made up of baked bricks. And the walls of those houses were very strong and thick as well. See, some houses in the lower town were of one-story building and some others are two-story buildings. And that actually showed the high advanced knowledge of their construction. Imagine, it was built years and years and years back in the Harappan culture, and they constructed two-story building at that point of time. Wow. What a brilliant advanced knowledge that they had at that point of time. And each house had a bathroom, a kitchen, a large courtyard. Okay, a bathroom, kitchen and a large courtyard. And most houses had they had a well system. Why? Because that actually suggested that the people were aware of water conservation. Now into the drainage system. See, the special feature of these cities were the presence of well-developed drainage system. every house had drains, and each drain of that particular house were connected to the main drain of the street. Okay, and drains were usually covered with stone slabs and also provided inspection holes at regular distances to clean them. Oh my God, what an efficient drainage system they must have practiced. All right, and inspection holes to clean it, and they were covered with stone slabs, and every house drainage system is connected to the street so that water can flow from house to the street. Likewise, and into yet another special feature that is called as the broad cities. See, the cities of Harappan civilization had a neat and systematic look. Why the cities of Harappan civilization had a neat and systematic look? Because of their straight and broad streets. Okay, they were all straight and broad as well. And usually the streets cut each other at 90 degrees or right angle. All right, 90 degree. They cut each other, and the houses were constructed on either side of the street, and all the drains were covered. We already explained this point, and roads and drains were paved with bricks as well. Into the next yet important topic, that is the Great Bath. See, Great Bath is the unique structure of Indus Valley Civilization. Where is it situated? It is at Mohenjo-daro. Where was it situated? It was at Mohenjo-daro. See, that was a special tank. Exactly, Great Bath was nothing but a special tank, and that was made up of bricks. It had a plastic coated side walls, and side walls were watertight due to finely fitted bricks and a thick layer of natural tar. So what's the specialty of the side walls of Great Bath? They were plastic coated sides, and the side walls were watertight due to the finely fitted bricks, and there was a thick layer of natural tar as well. And there were two connections, because that Great Bath actually require water, right? So it is connected to a well for water inlet. Water will come from that well and get inside this Great Bath, and used water was drained out through drains constructed in its massive walls. They had drains to carry away this used water from this Great Bath. A brilliant idea, inlet and outlet system. And there were rooms on all the sides. That's most important. And the tank was probably believed to be used for ritual bathing during religious functions. So for ritual activities, they must have used this Great Bath. And I have mentioned the dimension of Great Bath here. It's 11.88 meter long, 7.01 meter wide, and 2.43 meter deep. That's the picture of Great Bath. Next important special feature is granaries. See, large granaries have been found at Mohenjo-daro, Lothal, Kalibangan, and Harappa. In the previous video, we have already discussed that these are all the famous Indus Valley sites, and you must be familiar with all these names. And from all these places, there were evidences that large granaries were found in those areas. And what's the use of large granaries? It was used to store surplus grains. See, blackened and charred grains have been found in these granaries. If you don't know what is blackened grain, what are blackened grains means, look at the right side. I have given the definition. They refer to a variety of grains with dark color, including black wheat, black rice, and black barley. We are so much familiar with white rice and white wheat, but not about black one. It is highly nutritious, and I have shown you one picture. That's how it looked. That's how it looks, okay? The next is the charred grains. Charred grains is nothing but the grains that have been burned and turned black, okay? After burning, it will be like this. That's called as charred grains. And blackened grains and charred grains have been found in these granaries. And what does that indicate? That granaries, what does that indicate? Harappans had surplus food production. That's what it actually indicated. So they had surplus food grain production, and one reason was that tax was probably collected in the form of grains, because probably they didn't have any kind of money exchange system. They don't have any money. So usually what they practiced was barter system, or taxes were usually collected in the form of grains. Next, let's focus on the economic activities and occupation. See, along with farming, people engaged in different crafts like pottery making, metal work, and bead making. Let's focus on pottery making. It was a specialized skill, and pots with different designs and shapes have been found in the areas of, or in the places of Indus Valley Civilization, the places where evidences of Indus Valley Civilization existed, people were able to find many pots with different designs and shapes. So that was a specialized skill possessed by people belonging to that particular period of time. All right. So that's all about the pottery making. The second one is the metalwork. See, another highly advanced craft is metalwork. Copper and bronze were used to make tools, weapons, ornaments, and vessels. So copper and bronze were used. And the famous bronze statue of the dancing girl showed the skill of Harappan craftsmanship. You must have seen, I'll be showing you that in the upcoming slides, okay? Don't worry. And gold and silver jewelry making was considered as a highly admired craft at that point of time. So people were engaged in pottery making, metalworks, even gold and silver jewelry making. And the third one is the bead making. See, it was another specialized craft, bead making. See, beads were made from a variety of materials like stones, metals, shells, baked clay or terracotta, and faience. Alright, so stones, example for stones are carnelian stone, jasper stones, crystals. See, I've given the explanation in the right hand side. Just look at what are carnelian stones, or it's nothing but a brownish red mineral used as a semi-precious stone. I've shown the picture there. See how beautiful it is. It's a semi-precious stone. You must have seen some ornaments made of this precious stone called as carnelian stone. It's so beautiful. And the jasper stone, I've shown the picture there as well. It's a smooth, opaque and impure gemstone, mostly red in color. That's called as jasper, Jasper, jasper stone. And metals like copper, bronze and gold were used for bead making, and even shells were used, baked clay or terracotta was used, and faience. That's how it is, Indian pronunciation of that word, Faience, even though it's written like that. It's pronounced as faience. And see, I have given you the detailed explanation of that particular item in the next slide. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's actually not a natural one. It's a man-made material, and it was glazed to give a shiny glass surfaces. If you look at that stone, I've shown there, small in size, I'm sorry. Actually, it has got a shiny glass surface because it is man-made material. Something is used to make it more shiny so that you can make some ornaments, some vessels using this particular material. And usually the colors of the glaze were usually blue and green. So usually they are seen either in blue color or green color. And faience were used in beads, bangles, earrings, and even tiny vessels. Look at that ornament there. You must be familiar with such kind of patterns, right? Yes. So that's all about that. See, in all these sections, we were discussed about the different occupation that Indus Valley people were engaged into, and we are going to discuss yet another special contribution of Indus Valley Civilization, and that is called as the seal making or seals. Seals were flat and square or rectangular in shape, made up of burnt clay or terracotta, and animals like bull, rhinoceros, tiger, etc. are engraved in these seals. Around 200 seals have been found at different sites, and seals are mostly used by merchants and traders to stamp their goods. Look at the picture there. That's exactly what is a seal. Alright, so it is flat in shape and square or rectangular in shape. It is made up of burnt clay, and usually animals like, yes, rhinoceros, bull or tiger is engraved in those seals. Around 200 seals have been found at different sites, and who used it? By merchants and traders to stamp their goods, so that when they put that seal, whenever you get that product from some part of the country, you can immediately connect that goods with Harappan civilization, right? Yes. Then into the next important economic activity, that is cotton weaving or occupation that those people are engaged into. Harappans also practiced cotton weaving. Spindle whorls to spin thread have been found in some sites. Look at the picture there. That's what's called as spindle whorling, and that's how people engaged in cotton weaving activities. And into the last part of our session today is about trade and commerce. See, trade and commerce was an important activity carried out by Indus Valley Civilization, and Harappans traded to get raw materials. I've given the detailed description of the import activities that they had gone through at that point of time. That is number one. They used to get copper from Rajasthan and even Oman in West Asia. See, international transactions were there. Import happened at that point of time. Okay, from Rajasthan and Oman, copper, Rajasthan and Oman in West Asia. See, when you blend tin with copper, you will get bronze. Okay, don't forget it. It's just a simple thing that is mentioned in the textbook. So tin plus copper gives bronze. So Harappans brought bronze from Afghanistan and Iran. They got bronze. Then gold from Karnataka, and precious stones from Gujarat, Iran and Afghanistan. So Afghanistan and Iran, from Afghanistan and Iran, they got bronze as well as precious stones. All right, Karnataka, gold and copper from Rajasthan and Oman. And let's look at the Harappan and Mesopotamian connection as well. See, the seals of the Harappan culture were found in Mesopotamia, and that actually indicated that there were trade contacts between the two. See, I've told you, probably the merchants of Harappans must have taken their goods to Mesopotamia, and Mesopotamia might have used that product for their personal things. And after many years, people got this Harappan product engraved in their seal from Mesopotamia. That actually proved that there were trade contacts between the two civilizations, right? Yes. Then Lothal, the Harappan site, had a dockyard where boats and ships came in from the sea and through the river channel, indicating goods were loaded and unloaded in that dockyard. Okay, that's how transactions happen between different countries. All right, yes. Now it's time for some questions and answers. Let's quickly start with the first question, that is number 1. The cities of Indus Valley Civilization were divided into dash parts. It's a simple question. The first topic that we have discussed, the cities of Indus Valley Civilization were divided into 2 parts. Yes, that's the right answer. Question number 2. Evidence of a structure used for the offering of burnt sacrifices has been discovered at various sites of Indus Valley Civilization. What's the name of this structure? If you don't understand this question, just pause this video, read for yourself n number of times. If you still have doubts, go back to the theoretical part, then you will understand what's the answer. Okay, once again, I'm going to read this. See, the evidence of a structure. So we are talking about a structure. And that structure was used for offering of burnt sacrifices have been discovered at various sites of Indus Valley Civilization. What's the name of that structure? We have already discussed that as fire altars. Hope you remember, right? The answer is fire altars are the structures, and they are used for offering burnt sacrifices. Question number 3. Jasper is a variety of stone utilized by the inhabitants of the Indus Valley Civilization for, we have already discussed these stones through pictures. The answer is bead making. Jasper, bead making. 4th question. The streets of Harappan civilization cut each other at, simple question, right angles or 90 degree? Yes. 5th question. It was believed that during the period of Indus Valley Civilization, tax was collected in the form of grains. Exactly. That's why they had granaries, because huge surplus of grain production was there. Then, into the 6th question. What was the purpose of building granaries by Indus Valley people? Simple, to store surplus grains. Okay, into the 7th question. What is the name of the stone that is commonly found in the shades of blue and green? Very simple question. That stone in blue and green shade is nothing but faience. F-A-I-E-N-C-E, faience. Question number 8. Which of the following options are not considered an essential room in the homes of the Indus Valley Civilization? It's a simple question. Okay, rooms, important rooms there. Courtyard is there. Large courtyard is there. Kitchen was there. Bathroom was there. And not a prayer room was not mentioned in that textbook. So the answer is prayer room. So that was not considered an essential room, whereas a large courtyard, a kitchen and a bathroom was considered important. Into the 9th question. Okay, we are going to give you a few clues. From those clues, you need to identify the structure. All right, ready? Yes. So identify the structure from the clues. Clue number 1, this is made of bricks. It's a common clue, no idea. Clue number 2, it has a plaster-coated side wall. Okay, you got the answer, I'm sure. Option number 3 or clue number 3 is it has an inlet and outlet system. Very simple. And clue number 4, the usage of this structure is associated with religious functions. It's very simple. Yeah, you're all saying the answer. Nothing but Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro. The right answer. 10th question. Carnelian, jasper, faience. What does these words represent? Very simple, yes. Carnelian, jasper and faience represent stones used for bead making by Indus people. Very simple. 11th question. The brownish red mineral used as a semi-precious stone is called as? Yeah, you have seen this even through pictorial representations. Nothing but carnelian stones. Carnelian stone. 12th question. Roads and drains of Indus Valley period were paved with? Very simple. Bricks. Yes, that's the right answer. Into the 13th question. To which Indus Valley site does the Great Bath belong to? To which Indus Valley site does Great Bath belong to? Great Bath is equal to Mohenjo-daro. Likewise, we can say Mohenjo-daro, right? 14th question. The dash used by Harappans in the construction of buildings were of standard and uniform size. You have definitely gone through this sentence in the theoretical session. So the dash used by the Harappans in the construction of buildings were of standard and uniform size. The answer is bricks. Right answer. 15th question. Why the cities of Harappan civilization had a neat and systematic look? Even we have discussed the same question there. Why? Because it has straight and broad streets. That's why they had a neat and systematic look. Into the 16th question. Identify the object from the following clues. Again, clue questions. Interesting, right? Clue number 1. It was flat in shape. Flat. Number 2. It was mostly square or rectangular. I know you got the answer. But wait, 2 more points are there. It was mostly made of burnt clay or terracotta. Clue number 4. It has animals like bull, rhinoceros or tiger engraved in it. Oh, the answer is simple. Seals, right? Yes, into the 17th question. Can you identify the item that has been discovered in approximately 200 pieces across various locations in Harappa? This 200 pieces or 200 things you have gone through it in the theoretical part. It's nothing but seals. 200 seals were discovered from various parts of Indus Valley sites, right? Yes. So into the 18th question, the famous dancing girl statue belonging to Indus Valley period that expresses the skill of Harappan craftsmanship was made from? Yeah, you were all familiar with dancing girl statue. That's true. But it was made from copper, bronze, silver, gold. 4 options are there. The answer is bronze. Alright, into the 19th question. Smooth, opaque and impure gemstone, mostly red in color, is called as? Opaque one. So the answer is simple. Jasper stone. Alright, into the 20th question. The dash part of the city of Harappan civilization was built on a higher ground called citadel. Higher ground, citadel. Immediately close your eyes and say western. Correct. 21st question. Which among the following is larger in area, citadel or lower town? Larger in area. The larger area is obviously lower town is the right answer, whereas higher is citadel, right? Yes. 22nd question. Give an example of a building built on a raised ground in New Delhi. You all know the answer. New Delhi, raised ground. The answer is Rashtrapati Bhavan. Just an example, right? Okay, Rashtrapati Bhavan built in Raisina Hills. 23rd question. The residential buildings in the lower towns were strong and steady as they were made up of? Already discussed this. They were made up of dash. Baked bricks. That's the right answer. 24th question. How do we know that the people of Indus Valley Civilization had knowledge of water conservation techniques? Oh, what a simple question it is. Because every house had a well. And that actually proved that the people of Indus Valley Civilization had knowledge of water conservation techniques. Question number 25. The drains of the city were covered with stone slabs. Absolutely right. 26th question. Which of the following groups make use of seals? So which of the following groups make use of? Option number A, craftsmen and traders. Option number B, administrators and ruling class. Option number C, merchants and traders. Option number D, ruling class. The answer is very simple. Nothing but merchants and traders. Into the 27th question. Indus Valley people trade dash from Rajasthan and even from Oman in West Asia. Oh, you all know the answer. When it comes to buying that particular thing from Rajasthan and Oman, the answer is copper. 28th question. Which archaeological site indicates that the Indus Valley Civilization engaged in trade with other nations using ships and boats? That particular site, archaeological site, the question is all about site. So immediately you can say, when you think of ships and trading activities, immediately that place must be dockyard at Lothal. 29th question. Dash is blended with copper to get bronze. We have already given that a formula. That's tin. Tin is the right answer. Tin, when blended with copper, We will get bronze. Into the 30th question, spindle whorls have been found in some of the Harappan sites. What evidence do they leave us? Spindle whorls. Okay, that's associated with cotton weaving, right? So the evidence of Harappan people practiced in cotton weaving, that spindle whorls which was found in some of the Harappan sites showed this evidence that Harappan people practiced in cotton weaving. That's the right answer. 31st one. Dash was brought from Afghanistan and Iran. Afghanistan and Iran, the answer is bronze. 32nd question. Name an important evidence to prove that Harappans had trade contacts with Mesopotamia. Okay. An important evidence to prove that Harappans had trade contacts with Mesopotamia is the presence of seals of Harappan culture in Mesopotamia. So the presence of seals of Harappan culture in Mesopotamia act as an important evidence to prove that Harappans had trade contacts with Mesopotamia. 33rd question. Dash is a man-made material which was glazed to give shiny glass surface. That man-made material itself will give you the answer. Answer is faience. 34th question. During Indus Valley Civilization, gold was brought from. Gold, again, associated with Karnataka. Right. Right answer. 35th question. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro is dashed long, dash wide and dash deep. Very straightforward answer. 11.88. Look at how it is repeated. 11.88 meter long, 7.01 meter wide and 2.43. 234 ulta 243. 2.43 meter deep. So remember 11.88 meter long, 7.01 meter wide and 2.43 meter deep. Into the 36th question. Great Bath is a options are special well, special river, bathroom seen on Harappan village, special tank. That's the answer. Special tank. Next question, 37th question. To clean the drainage system, people during the period of Indus Valley Civilization provide dash at regular intervals. Yeah, we have discussed in the drainage system heading. People usually provide inspection holes at regular intervals. 38th question. Harappans traded for? So trading, usually Harappans done trading for raw materials, right? 39th question. Harappans depend on Afghanistan and Iran for dash and dash. We have already discussed this question earlier. Bronze and precious stones. Bronze and precious stones. 40th question. What evidence indicates that the people of the Indus Valley possessed advanced knowledge in the construction of their homes? Okay, not well, but homes. The answer is presence of two-story building. Yeah, the presence of two-story building indicated that the people of the Indus Valley possessed advanced knowledge in the construction of their homes. 41st question. Spindle whorls to spin thread have been found in dash sites. Spindle whorls to spin thread have been found in, simple answer is Harappan sites, right. 42nd question. Dash making was a specialized craft. Look, there is a making written there, so just fill in the front portion. What making? Bead making was a specialized craft. 43rd question. Most probably the Great Bath was used for, we have already discussed this question. Great Bath was used for ritual bathing or religious functions. Alright. 44th question. Two specialized crafts of Harappan civilization were. Two specialized crafts. They were metalwork and bead making. Metalwork and bead making. 45th question. The flat rectangular objects used by merchants to stamp their goods were called simple seals. 46th question. So we are entering into the next session, that is very short answer type question. So what is citadel? You can expect this question in your question paper. See, citadel is the western part of the city of Indus Valley Civilization. That portion is important. Western part of the city of Indus Valley Civilization. And it is built on higher grounds for the ruling class to protect themselves from flood and other calamities. Okay. And important buildings are usually seen in the citadel. You can add that point as well. So, alright. So, that's about the citadel. So, it is usually seen in the western part of the city and it is built on higher grounds for the ruling class to protect themselves from flood and other calamities, and buildings of importance are usually seen in these areas. Now, next question, what is Lower Town? The Lower Town represents the eastern portion of the city of the Indus Valley Civilization, and it is usually situated on lower ground and it covers a larger area than Citadel. It is situated in lower ground but larger area, and it contains houses and workplaces of the common people. 48th question, what is the speciality of the streets of Harappan civilization? Okay, the streets of Harappan civilization cut each other at right angles. So that's the speciality of the streets of Harappan civilization. Into the 49th question, what is the dimension of Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro? You all know the answer, 11.88 meter long, 7.01 meter wide and 2.43 meter deep. 50th question, what are the materials from which beads are made? So what are the materials from which beads are made? Beads are made from wide variety of materials like stones that include carnelian, jasper, crystal, metals like copper, bronze and gold, shells, baked clay or terracotta, and faience. Okay, it's very simple how beautifully it's been written there. And the 51st question, what are seals? See, the flat, rectangular or square objects made up of burnt clay or terracotta, engraved with animal figures like bull, rhinoceros, tiger, etc., and are used by merchants and traders to stamp their goods are called seals. Okay, all the important points are included in just one sentence. Beautifully written. Okay, just you read for yourself, study it by yourself, understand the concept, and then write it for your exam. The flat, rectangular or square object made up of burnt clay or terracotta, and they are engraved with animal figures like bull, rhinoceros, tiger, etc., and they are used by merchants and traders for what? To stamp their goods are called seals. 52nd question, which findings support the idea that the Harappan civilization practiced water conservation? You all know the answer. Water conservation is equal to well, right? So most houses had a well, which supported the fact that Harappans practiced water conservation. Into the 53rd question, what are the specialities of houses constructed during the period of Harappan civilization? So the specialities are, see, this is actually short answer type question. We are entering into yet another category, that is short answer type question, not 1 mark question. See, the residential building of Harappans were made up of baked bricks. Some houses were 1 or 2 story high. Each house had a bathroom, a kitchen, and a large courtyard. It also had a well, and that shows that the people were aware of water conservation. Okay, so you need to include that all the residential buildings were made up of baked bricks. Some were 1 story, some were 2 story, and each house had a bathroom, a kitchen, and a large courtyard, and they also had a well, and that showed that the people were aware of water conservation. Into the 54th question, why were important buildings built on the citadel? The answer is, citadel were usually built on higher grounds. It had high walls. So this type of construction provided protection during the floods, and hence important buildings were built on the citadel. What a simple yet powerful answer. Yes, so they are usually built on higher grounds, they had high walls, and this type of construction provided protection during floods, and that's why important buildings were built on the citadel. 55th question, describe briefly the drainage system of Harappans. See, the most special feature of the cities of Harappan civilization was their well-developed drainage system. See, each house had drains which is connected to the main drain of the street. And the drains were covered with stone slabs, and inspection holes were provided at regular distances to clean them. It's very simple. Like, okay, so that's one of the most important feature of Harappan civilization, and every house had drains, and that is connected to the main drain of the main drain of the street. And the drains were covered with stone slabs, and inspection holes were provided at regular intervals to clean them. Into the 56th question, how significant were granaries to the Harappan civilization? See, granaries were the storehouse for storing grains. Harappans had surplus food grain production. Tax was probably collected in the form of grains. In the form of grains. To store the excess grains, Harappans used granaries. All right, so the granaries were the storehouse for storing grains. Harappans had surplus food grain production, and tax were probably collected in the form of grains. To store the excess grains, Harappans used granaries. Now we are entering into yet another beautiful section called as long answer type question. Okay, I have given only the important points. You can add according to your imagination. So the question is, mention the various craftsmanship skill shown by Harappans, or describe the main occupations of the people lived during the Indus Valley Civilizations. It's all about occupation and all. So along with farming, Harappans were engaged in different crafts. They were specialized in pottery making, and a variety of pots with different designs and shapes were collected from various parts of the Harappan. So the first we were discussing about pottery making. And along with pottery making, Harappans were also actively engaged in metalworks, and they used copper and bronze to make tools, weapons, ornaments, and vessels. Remember that bronze statue? Yeah, the bronze statue of the dancing girl expresses the skill of Harappan craftsmanship. Apart from pottery making and metalworks, Making of gold and silver jewelry also seemed to have been a highly admired craft. Next one is bead making. Bead making was another specialized craft. Beads made from materials like stones, metals, shells, baked clay or terracotta and faience were made by Harappans. And another one is seals. Seals were another special contribution of this civilization. Seals made of burned clay were used by merchants to stamp their goods. They also showcased their skill in cotton weaving. See, all the important points are clubbed into one particular paragraph. All right. Into the next question, 58th question. How do we know that trade and commerce was an important feature of the Indus Valley Civilization? Trade and commerce. All right. Show some examples to support your answer. See, there were evidences to prove that Harappans were actively engaged in trade and commerce. They traded to get raw materials. They got copper from Rajasthan and also from Oman in West Asia, bronze from Afghanistan and Iran, gold was brought from Karnataka, and precious stones from Gujarat, Iran and Afghanistan. Seals of the Harappan culture found in Mesopotamia indicated that Harappans were actively engaged in trade contacts with Mesopotamia. And a dockyard has been found at Lothal where boats and ships came in from the sea and through the river channel, indicating goods were loaded and unloaded in that dockyard. That's all about the trade and commerce. Now we are entering into yet another interesting session, that is give reasons why, and one sentence is shown there. Give reasons why. The sentence is the Harappan drains were covered. Why? Reason. See, every house belonging to Harappan civilization had drains and each drains were connected to the street. The drains were covered with stone slabs and inspection holes were provided at regular intervals to clean them. So, to provide a neat and systematic look to the cities, drains were all covered using bricks. See, that's the answer. That is my version of answering this question. You can even use your imagination to answer that question, no worries. And this is a picture-based question. Okay, I've given a picture there. Mention any one fact about this particular picture. Okay, can you see that picture? From this picture, it is easily clear that this is an example of a Harappan seal. And the name of the seal is called Pashupati seal, which was uncovered in Mohenjo-daro, a major Indus Valley site. All right. And look at this picture. Do you have any idea? Yes, this is the most famous stone sculpture of Mohenjo-daro called the Priest King. Then, yes, this is yet another famous picture. This is the bronze statue of the dancing girl that expresses the skill of Harappan craftsmanship. It proved that they were proficient in metalworks. Alright, so that's all for today. We have discussed about 62 questions. Oh my god, 62 questions based on a very small area called as special features of Indus Valley Civilization and trade and commerce. Okay, so if you find this video interesting, please show your love and support by subscribing this channel, and you will be receiving this kind of notes and much more, classes from us. And do share this video with your loved ones and show your love. If you like this particular video, please support us or show your love by liking this video. All right, yes. So see you guys in the next video with some interesting and informative stuff. Till then, best wishes, study well and enjoy your life. All right, so till then, bye-bye, take care.